away from 12 o'clock lunchtime. My fault. Yes, I know, it's supposed to be 11:15, but just went a little bit overboard with the executive vice president. Believe me, he was outside having a chat to me, talking very much about India, to be honest. And 24.8 degrees right now. Barbara seems to be winning on the temperature scale. The weatherman said 21 degrees. I'm saying 27 degrees. Not enough. The on-air producer is saying right now 26 degrees, so she stands to be in the picture as well. See where it lands, right? In the meantime, let me do this. That's right, you are right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today very, very excited because I'm catching up with a couple of men. Believe me, I feel like I've known them for like ever. Really. We were supposed to do this last year, I've got to be honest with you, and circumstances and also technical issues sort of got in the way, so finally, we're meeting up with Ted and JJ from the band Left on Colfax, and tell you what, we're going to get right into it. Here is Left on Colfax and Red and Blue, right here at Galaxy. So, you guys ready for this?
I think so. Yeah, we've been waiting since last year, right?
Yeah, literally, and I do apologise. Believe me, we've gone through all sorts of crusty moments, including having to relieve our senior tech engineer. We had to get rid of him, unfortunately, so everybody's sort of left in a ask grunt status.
Well, I do kind of miss the hello show once in a while, though.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Well, thank God we got rid of that, to be honest with you. Real deal is that we had to wait for a desk to be made for us, right? We were having one custom made, so we got it. It was on a boat, it was in the Red Sea, and it happened to be accosted and acquired by real-ass pirates.
The custom board got accosted.
Well, I'm not kidding. They actually were pirates, you know. So we ended up having to go to England to get them to ship us one out that sort of does the job while we get this part 2 finally made and delivered to us, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's like swimming against the tide sometimes. You're winning and then you're not. You know what I mean?
Right. Trying to deal with it, and things don't always go right.
Yeah, exactly. But, well, I see Paul Harkins has joined us. Very cool. Paul Harkins is from the band, the Heartland Roots Band, coming out of Leicester in the UK. So
Franco Nanucci.
nice to have you on board. Franco! Hello, Franco. How's Rock Flowers? Haven't heard from him for a dog's age. We'd love to be able to chat and also get some new music. What do you reckon, Franco? Get him onto it for us, will you? Brilliant. Absolutely. In the meantime, I've got about a minute to go. Now, guys, I've got to warn you, I've got a voice in my head. I do. She's sitting...
I see that.
Yeah, no, she's sitting over here. I think you met her before. She's actually...
I moved out. I'm now on the couch.
Yeah, go and put your headphones back on. I've got to be nice because she's my wife, but she's talking to me, giving me bits of information, stuff like that as we go through.
Better pay attention, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to be nice as well, otherwise I'll get something heavy and sharp thrown at me.
Yeah, you only have to deal with us for an hour.
Yeah, well, yeah, I feel sorry for you. That's right. You got to turn the mic on. There it works. Look at that. You know, simple things in life, Grant. Come on, get it right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and as you can tell, not a podcast, really. Today I'm joined by both JJ and Ted. Ted Blademos, of course, and JJ. Believe me, it is an absolute pleasure to meet these people because it feels like I've known them forever. We've been playing a lot of their music here at Galaxy, and they've been making a huge sensation, so much so, blink of an eye, going out of this orbit right now. So, welcome to Galaxy, gentlemen.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Now, believe me...
Yes, thank you.
Now, JJ, we were supposed to do this, last year, and unfortunately we've had a few techo problems and a few walk of life problems throughout the way. So I do offer both of you a very, very humble apology, but I'm more amazed that you wanted to carry through with it after listening to us for this long now.
You guys are great. You make me laugh every day. I'm so honored to be here joining you. This is a treat for me. Thank you.
Very, very cool. Now, Ted, you accused me of being somebody like Larry Lujak. Now, you know something? Four-time winner in the Hall of Fame was Larry Lujak. What a legend that man was. But he was angry, wasn't he?
If he was angry, I would have never picked up on that as a kid. He was great. I mean, he's what my brother RJ and I woke up to every morning. Larry, Blue Jack, and Little Tommy and their morning show, and it was very much like what you do. You are very reminiscent of Larry Blue Jack. So nicely done.
Yeah, you know something, Ted? I'm very, very humbled and very honoured that you would say that. Believe me, over the years, and somebody asked me the other day, who are the 5 best radio announcers in the world? And I said, that's very, very easy. Let's start with Wolfman Jack back in the day. Also, Alan Freed was a damn good DJ in his own right. Larry Lujak in there, Casey Kasem as well, and maybe even Rick Dees if you want to throw in that. I got one more for you, a Kiwi by the name of Kevin Black. He was my mentor, and he was the #1 DJ in the country, literally. So got to throw him in as well. Oh, gosh, the boss is watching. Not enough's on board. Now, having said that, guys, we opened up the show with Red and Blue. There's some very, very choice words in there. Tell me about how you come to the lyrics of that.
Well, one thing I think we've always shied away from, and not any particular reason, was trying to be political in any way. Not that we don't have political beliefs, obviously, but it sure is easy to alienate people when you put that out there and you make that kind of a stand. But Red and Blue was our way of saying that no matter what side you're on, it seems like there's just so much hate out there, and if you don't think the way that I think, then you're wrong, and I don't like you. And I think we just wanted to intimate that, and that's probably as close as we'll ever get, I think, to being political in any way, because it really is red and blue. So,
you know, I totally agree with you. I really, really do. By the way, please pass on highs and love from us here at Galaxy to Jerry.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, having said that, how did you come to the name Left on Colfax? This is a fascinating subject.
Well, Colfax is an iconic street here in Denver, and it runs 26 miles, from the foot of the mountains all the way through town and out into the plains, and it's a business district that whole way. So there's just a little bit of everything on Colfax, and a lot of colorful characters. So it's a unique place, right? And so everybody's got a story about Colfax you're in Denver. And I think Ted came up with the idea, of left on Colfax and how that could mean that somebody left you there, or you were actually making a turn, onto the street. But both of those, I think, have happened to me and Ted. And
Yes.
there, and and we've definitely made some left turns, some unintentionally.
I get that, believe me. I've been down Church Street in India in the middle of the night. This place never closes, believe me. Thousands of people. Barbara and I both went there to do a 3-day festival, to host a 3-day festival in Trevancham. And we got there, I'm not kidding, we got rushed through the airport. Literally, the dignitaries and everybody controlling them rushed us through there. Out the front door where there was these guys in army outfits with submachine guns standing there, which is rather, a little weird from a guy who comes from the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. And into these very, very high-class vehicles, and we're heading off out. We finally get to our hotel room, which is not the hotel room that we were under the understanding that we were heading to, not even the hotel. We were in a completely different place. Picturesque, I've got to be honest. We had the ocean right outside our doors. Literally, you could just enjoy it. But then on to this vehicle again, going to the motel we thought we were supposed to be at to meet up with the rest of the bands that were there, staying there. And then I'm thinking, okay, let's just get back to the hotel room. We've just spent 36 hours travelling. The last thing we want to do now is go and party, right? No, not really, because now there's a bus pulling up and we're heading to this place called Church Street, and we get off this bus to be swamped by thousands of people, literally, with cameras, reporters, you name it. It was just like, wow, this is fantastic. So I can kind of get the idea of, Colfax. I really, really can. So I was really fascinated with where you would come up with that one. Is it really clear on the horizon, though?
Yeah, that's gee whiz. Yeah, that's a happy love song, which I'm not really the love song guy of this duo, but that was something, and that's actually an older one. I don't know how old. JJ can probably attest to that better, but he pulled that out of the archives, and we decided to put that one together. And that was just a happy song, really, about someone that turned out to be a whore. So it happens. You just never know.
The songs don't know.
They don't.
You know something, maybe they should have taken a right off Colfax right there. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined by Ted and JJ, and left on Colfax is the band here. It's clear on the horizon here at Galaxy. Oh, dear. How you feeling, guys?
Going great.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. Oh, dear. How many countries are tuned in right now?
165.
Nice. There's 165 countries tuned in right now.
Hello.
It's amazing.
That is amazing.
How many cities?
5,923.
5,923 cities are tuned in.
Wow.
I'll give you the stats on how many people or devices, really, because it's their IP that's pinging off, if you know what I mean. So I'll give you those stats at the end of this because it's growing exponentially. And believe me, you'll be fascinated, I think. You really will. I'm always fascinated by having a look at these at the end of an interview, you know. I really am. So, you know Celine Dion, right? The
You know what?
You guys are familiar with Celine Dion and her music, aren't you?
She's Canadian.
Yeah, she's Canadian, I know that, but she's also, you know, yeah, everybody knows who Celine Dion is.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
You don't?
Not a fan, but yeah.
Okay, well, I tell you what, if you ever think about this, if you take all the vowels out of her name, you've got the lyrics for Old MacDonald, E-I-E-I-O. Well, it's true. JJ had to think about that one for a minute. He's going, really? Hold on.
Yeah,
it's true.
Give me a second.
Oh, dear. I like to throw a little bit of humour into these things.
What we put up with.
You don't have to be nuts to work here, but God, it helps. It really does help, actually. Got to thank you guys for the correspondence with Barbara as well. I mean, Anthony Ligori, Tony Ligori is joining us. Galaxy's Elvis is in the house.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Have you any new tracks, Anthony?
Yeah, come on, Anthony. Have you got anything new? Sonny Morgan is watching as well. Nice to have Sonny Morgan joining us. Again, this is twice in one day. Becoming a bit of a habit, Sonny. Nice. Looking forward to meeting you too, by the way. Love your work. Really, really do. We're about a minute 25 out. You want my t-shirt? Okay. You got it. You'll get a copy of everything we do today, and I feel sorry for you for that. I really do. But after this, don't go anywhere, because the crew are going to take a few photos and stuff like that.
Have you got any new music, darling?
This all goes to Barbara, and she'll make a movie out of it, and you'll get the movie probably in a day or so afterwards, because believe me, it takes a bit of effort to put the movie together. But I usually say, show it to people you don't like. And very logically, I mean, if you show it to friends and family, they're going to automatically love it because it's you guys, right?
Yeah.
So show it to people you don't like. Puts a fire under their tuchus, they get hold of us and say, hey, I've got a band too, you know.
Show it to a few people. Yeah, everybody.
I hear your harmonica back there.
Oh, I love that harmonica bit.
Me too.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and well, it is 11 away from lunchtime noon here in New Zealand, 23.2 degrees. I'm a little worried that Barbara might actually be winning right now, to be honest. 25 degrees is her prediction, and she's already won it, hasn't? Yeah, it's already been up over that, so I've been told, waving back at you again. Guys, do you remember Darth Vader?
Of course.
Yeah, do you remember his lightsaber sword thing? Yeah.
That was his thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like this thing that Barbara has here. You've got to move very, very quickly out of the way or you might lose an appendage.
Your life is always at risk there.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a hard hat area at best. It really is. Anything's
Slow down, Barbara. Someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Believe me. I've almost had a few close shaves if I haven't got out of the way fast.
Me? Would I do that?
Dear, oh, dear, dear, dear.
I've got those reflexes like a cat.
Yeah, believe me. Believe me. Anyway, guys, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here. Now, I've got to ask you, Ted, are you a big fan of the Astros?
No, I'm more of a White Sox fan, which doesn't really matter out here anymore. But now, as far as Texas sports goes, I mean, I have season tickets to the Houston Texans, so
Okay.
that's about the extent of my sports
Okay.
activity here.
Okay. What about you, JJ? Got any baseball interest in you?
No, baseball's a little slow for me. You know, when I go to the game, I tend to fall asleep. You know, or
Of course you do.
it's a little slow. You know, to sit there and you know, try to keep, unless you're keeping score or something like that. And I never got that much into it, so it's not really my hobby at all.
Okay. No, believe me, I absolutely do love baseball. I got to be honest with you. And the Astros are one of my favourite teams, much like the White Sox, the Red Sox, Phillies. You name it. Believe me, I follow a lot of sports coming out of America. Little known secret is I was actually born in Phoenix, Arizona. And my father comes from Tucson, so, well, you know, I do keep up with all the play, literally. So, just never know what a person may or may not like in the sports world, so I always like to throw in one of those. Having said that, never asked you for nothing since we've been playing your music, so maybe I might ask you for something and ask, how about telling me all about this track? How did you come to the lyrics?
Well, that was a fast one coming together. If you've ever had someone in your life that just really irritated you to the point of you need to just go away, that's really what that's all about. And it was pretty fast and easy to write.
You know, I speak to musicians and artists every day, literally, and I've come to the conclusion those ones that are written in 5 minutes on a McDonald's napkin have longevity. They have, you know, they have these certain kind of je ne sais quoi about them, if you know what I mean. And well, I got to be honest with you, Ted. Yeah, I didn't run away. I married her. Okay, you're right, Eric Galaxy. He has never asked for nothing and left on Colfax.
This is the song Galen calls Bam, Bam, Bam.
But I have to remember that.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
has
what you...
their own names for our songs sometimes, like the Jimmy Hoffa song. So, yeah.
Or the Captain James T. Kirk. Do you remember Captain James T. Kirk? William Shatner?
Of course.
Yeah. I see his lingerie line has been recalled in Canada.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
They're in shock, Grant.
You're in
a
shock.
Naughty, no, they're in shock. You're a naughty
They're in
boy.
shock, yeah, believe me, I think they are.
Goodness me.
Ted's not talking to me anymore.
No, he's in shock.
Dear,
Oh, has
dear,
he
dear.
frozen?
No, he's not frozen.
He was. For
He
seconds.
came through prepared. What do you mean frozen? They took him out of the freezer yesterday.
Oh dear. Sorry, everyone, but yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Dear.
Hi, Matt.
So we have Blink of an Eye next, and that's going to wrap it up for us. But as I say, don't go anywhere. I do actually want to talk to you about something else after this.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it after this,
Yeah.
literally, because believe me, I think you'll be very, very fascinated. But it does have a connection to India. So,
Okay, freaky.
yeah, well, I'm sure you're familiar that we're actually doing some business with India. I'm sure that you've heard us mention that.
Yeah, I have.
But this is how we got there in the first place, if you know what I mean. And it really is quite fascinating as well, because we would love to be able to include you in it. Now that you've done an interview with us, poor buggers, I felt sorry for you.
It sounds so angry.
Yeah.
Why does she call it that?
That's the guitar part. That's all she hears.
Yeah.
That's right, I got to turn the mic on. I never remember to do that, do I? Yeah, turn the mic on, Grant.
Yeah.
Come on, it's one of the simple things in life is microphones need to be turned on for them to work properly. They really, really do. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and this morning we're talking to Ted and JJ from the band Left on Colfax. Now, guys, such a pleasure. It really, really is to finally meet you guys in person. Now, I want to send love out to the Bird family too, by the way. That was one heck of a party you had there, JJ. And Ted, you know, I'd love to go on a cruise. When are you going to invite me along?
I'll let you know next time we go.
Nice. Absolutely brilliant, because, well, Barbara doesn't want to go on a big boat. In fact, she doesn't want to go on any kind of boat at all.
And we've been over that.
Yeah.
We're aware of that.
Whereas, you know, I'm always up for a bit of party. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
And I know the wife would be very happy to see the back of me for a couple of years or so. So,
Am I going?
yeah, no, I am apparently shipping out, literally. But I tell you what, today we're absolutely elated to catch up with Ted and JJ from the band Left on Colfax. Now, we had a few issues last year. In fact, we were having problems with what we thought was our microphones, which turned out not to be our microphones, it was the desk. And we ended up doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things, including saying hello, which seemed to be quirky in its own right. And both Ted and JJ sort of cottoned on to the hello show. So, got to say hello to both of you. And believe me, absolutely, I miss the hello show myself, but, you know, we're almost beating the hell out of the microphones unnecessarily. It was actually the pots and the desk that were going crazy. You know what I mean? But we got through that. Now it seems like we zipped through it in a blink of an eye, to be honest with you. Now,
I see what you did there.
yeah, not a bad segue, really, if you think about it. Blink of an eye, believe me, this one is your most requested track, and, well, all of these ones were played except for Red and Blue. We've put your voiceovers over top of it as an intro, if you know what I mean. Now, the secret behind this, and I'm going to be honest with you, is we've found over the years, just play the song, people don't know who you are. Do you know what I mean? As soon as we put your intros or your voiceovers over top of it, people started requesting more and more and more and more. And, well, for blink of an eye, you're up around about 4,500 requests since we've started playing, given that we started playing it back in, I think, September, October, November last year. So believe me, it has had that longevity, and every morning it's right there in our breakfast show. How did you come to the secret of that success? Where does this come from?
Well, I think the secret of the success of this one is JJ's melted butter voice drop at the beginning of the song.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious. I think you said that as soon as you put my voice on there at the beginning, that the song got a lot more successful. So Seems pretty clear.
Well, it's because they can now identify with who the band is and the song pretty much. You know what I mean? So believe me, there's that thing again. Believe me, it really does work. Her fingers are in the way now. But having said that, tell me about Blink of an Eye, because this is making a huge connection with our listenership right now.
Well, we just wanted to put together a story about a kid growing up, and I just picked the kid's name as Matthew B. And this was one of my favorite collaborative songs, in that because a lot of songs are different. Maybe I come to him with music, and then he'll give me lyrics, or it's vice versa. But this was really 50-50 both ways and we just built the song musically and lyrically as it went along, and made a great story with a happy ending.
Well, you know something? Believe me, I think all the Matthew B's in the world have been repeatedly requesting it, and I reckon it is an absolute blast. We love it here at Galaxy. So, everybody out there, this is it. Yes, Left on Colfax and Blink of an Eye. Ah, dearie, 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 dear.
He's got a nice voice.
He's got a nice voice. Yes,
Yes,
he does.
Jojo.
You're quite right. You really are. You guys aren't vegans by any chance, are you?
No.
Not living in Texas.
Not living in Texas. I didn't think Ted would be at least. But, just no harm in asking. Well, I'm trying to come to the bottom of a myth. I'm trying to figure it out, literally. Have you guys ever tried a vegan sausage?
I would try it.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
You would try it, but you haven't tried it.
I have not, because
No.
there's too much good sausage that's made from dead animals.
Yeah, well, this is true. I've got to be honest, but, I'm trying to figure out whether they're made of real vegans or not.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, we're not real vegans.
No, but I'm trying to figure out
I'm not
whether
even
the sausage...
fake them.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out whether the sausage is made of real vegans or not.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Keep
Vegetables.
tasting.
Yeah.
You can taste them.
Yeah, you can. Well, I
Oh
mean...
man.
Well, check this out. Is a coconut an animal, a mammal, or a vegetable?
I hope you're enjoying this.
I reckon it's a mammal. It's got fur and gives milk.
That qualifies as a mammal.
Kind of does, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You see, I like to try
Someone missed a day of biology class, it sounds like.
Well, I like to think out of the box. Like, for instance, could you imagine if your knees bent in the opposite direction as to where they are now, how interesting chairs would be?
That would make chairs a little different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be amusing, wouldn't it? Dear, dear, dear.
I hear your harmonica again.
I do too, man. It just started hailing or something. It got really loud here.
happy ending, just like I said.
Right after the death
You
scene.
know, I've got to remember to turn the mic on when I'm talking, to be honest with you. Yeah, otherwise, it doesn't work. Something I've never had to do with this equipment ever before we got this new desk, really. Troy Tipton is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Troy. It's been a while. It really, really has. Still love playing all of your music. So you're going to have to give us some new stuff, maybe. Come back for a visit very, very shortly. I know that we need to catch up. Really do. Today, we're talking to Left on Colfax, and you guys have been together now since 1983. This is a long...
Well, 87 probably.
Yeah, more like 87 or 88, but yeah, it's been more than 35 years for sure.
So
We've been playing.
when did you guys get married?
We've each been through a couple since we've been together.
Did you guys
Yeah,
go
which
to
time?
Did you guys go to school together?
Nope.
No?
We met working at a Denny's. I was a cook and he was a dishwasher at Denny's in Arvada, Colorado.
Interesting. That is fascinating. It really, really is. Isn't it crazy how the walk of life works out? Literally, it really, really is. Now, got to ask you, anything new coming out in the near future?
For sure. We're always working on new music. We're recording, we've got several recordings in the can. So we're working on the mixing, we're working on the finalizing and figuring out what's the cream of the batch, you know, which one's going to rise to the top and be the next single for you guys.
For us, excuse me,
Personally.
that's exciting. That really is. So maybe, just maybe, guys, you might want to come back for another interview.
For sure.
This year, or are we going to have to wait another year?
No, you're not going to have to wait that long. Barbara's quicker than that these days, apparently.
You'll have a few jokes prepared for us, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh yeah, then I'm down. I'm down for sure.
Yeah, man.
Nice. Believe me, I've got quite a few for you, really, if you want them. I don't know that you'd want to use them, not and stay safe anyway. But having said that, guys, don't go anywhere just yet, because the crew are going to start swamping the monitors now, taking photos and everything like that. As I said, it's going to go into a movie, and you'll get a copy of that probably tomorrow, maybe late tomorrow, something like that. Barbara takes a little while putting these together, but geez, they're really funny. They really are. Have you guys ever been a cartoon before?
No, I've not.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, sorry. You might be now, to be honest with you. She's just that type of woman, you know?
Oh yeah, I've seen your cartoons. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I see what might happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, exactly that. Exactly
Yeah.
that. Believe me. And I
got
want,
it.
I want a still of that. Yeah, believe me. JJ, here our native folks are called the Maori, and their te reo, which is English translation for Maori language, is what you just did, pulkana. It's a pulkana.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you might, if you ever know anything about New Zealand and rugby, we have the All Blacks, and you might be able to get that on the haka at the start of the match. We do a traditional.
I learned how to do the haka from them, so I am a little bit familiar.
Nice. So believe me, that's it's a part of their tradition. Is that if you have a look at any of the carvings and stuff like that, you'll see the wakana almost everywhere when they carve out a statuette or a what do they call it in Canada? They have
Totem poles.
totem poles and stuff like that. Believe me, it's like that. Guys, I got to thank you so much for joining me here at Galaxy. It has been such a pleasure, such an honour to meet you guys, and believe me, very, very interested in continuing a relationship with not only yourselves, but everybody involved with Left on Colfax. Got to give a shout out to the wives and all the supporters of the band. It's not easy. It's not easy being a wife and supporter. I understand. I really do. My wife has to put up with me and support me at the same time. Yeah. So when she's finished, she's got to get out and do some work. In the meantime, you're right here at Galaxy. Have a very happy and successful day. And we'll see you tomorrow morning between 5:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock in the breakfast show. See you then.